Wagwan everybody. Zan coming at you again with another tutorial. Check this little job. From the cool ruler. You know, a little bit of mess up here and there, but of course, that's my Pod HD 500X running through a Mustang Fender 1. You know, before we get into the tutorial, I implore you guys to watch the entire video from the front to the back, as I'm not only going to show you the chords or the progressions, I'm going to teach you guys the basics, you know, on how to play reggae on guitar. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, like, what are you guys waiting for? It takes less than 3 seconds to go on down there and hit the subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell and hit all, so whenever I post a new tutorial or video, you know, you'll be the first to see. So take 3 seconds of your time and do it. Do it now. I'm waiting. You did it? Alright, I know you did. Respect. Anyway, this one is entitled Tuning from the Cool Ruler, Mr. Gregory Isaacs. So grab your guitars. Let's go. This song has 2 chords, which is like 2 very simple chords, all right, and that's a 1 to 2, right, in D. The song is in D, so it's D major to E minor, all right. And if you're wondering why my guitar sounds so sweet, I'm just using a bit of phaser. I have my my wah pedal on, and I have a little bit of reverb, all right, so you get this sweet, that sound, you hear that, you know, fat and chunky sound, all right. So yeah, so you know what, we're not going to play this D right here, all right, so we're dealing with voice in here, all right. If you listen to the original, he plays it here, all right. So this is all the way up to the 10th fret. You bar the whole 10th fret, place the middle finger on the 3rd string, 11th fret, place the pinky finger on the 4th string, 12th fret, ring finger on the 5th string, 12th fret, right? And being that it's reggae, and if you're playing with a band, you can always play it this way. You know? You just drop this and remove this. Also in reggae, when you're playing reggae, you want to concentrate on the thinner strings and not, you know, you don't want to get this unless it calls for it. All right, so yeah, so that's your D major right there. Now we could always move here and go hold up and form the E minor, but that's not the one we're going to use. We're going to use this one here at the 7th fret. All right, so bar the whole 7th fret, place the middle finger on the 2nd string, 8th fret, pinky finger on the 3rd string, 9th fret, ring finger on the 4th string, 9th fret. Alright, so now at times this finger is going to do some work, the pinky finger, so it's going to become your best friend in this song. Alright, you hear that little sound? Like, Now Mark, probably this is not in the song, but these are some of the little licks and the little bit of, you know, sugar they add to reggae music. So let's put it that way. All right, so that's what we're going to be using. Now remember, like I said before, watch the video from the start to the finish. This song does not only have strumming, there's also a stuck line. Stuck line is that you know, to mute the strings. All right, it accompanies the bass. All right, so I want you guys to stick with me and watch so you guys can learn. All right, so now to strum this, sorry, my bad. So from D to E, D major to E minor, and Mark, it's probably a bit slower than this. All right, so let's get to how you strum this song and a few ways how you can, you know, add your little bit to it and how we strum reggae. So to strum this song, all right, let's deal with strum pattern number 1. All right, the regular. All right, you want to all right, pay attention to how I use this hand to apply the pressure and release it every time I strike with this hand, right? But you do not want to bring the fingers up entirely because we already have our reverb on, you know, so you don't want it to ring out too much. All right, so and remember, reggae is on the downbeat, it's not on the up. Too many people on YouTube doing that right now, and it is appalling. All right, so let's get rid of that right now. Let's kill that. Right, it's always on the downbeat. It's a downstroke and it's on the downbeat. 1 and 2, 1 and. You want to strum on the and. All right, and that's strumming pattern number 1. Now here comes strumming pattern number 2, right? Let's say you're on stage and you're playing and you do not want to sound too, you don't want to stick to the regular. You want to add a little bit of something to it. Let's add the double skank. All right, the double skank is all right, so every time I strike the guitar, whether I go down or up, I apply the pressure with this hand. I do not come all the way up. All right, so when you strike down, you also want to use the palm to rest it here a little bit to get it to kill the ringing. So you get, so you kill it right there. It stops when you come up and realize, oh, I squeeze and release when I come up with this hand also. So watch it. And that is the double skank. Now, when you're playing on stage live, you want to add your little bit, you know, your personality. You want to add this is where it becomes personal, let's say that way. All right, now when you strum it, you can add a little bit of right, you can add a bit of that, a little bit of double skank here and a little bit of regular there. All right, you just need to not overdo it. Okay, so and also you can, you know, add a little bit of slide. Sorry. You know, like I said before, do not overdo it. All right. Okay, so now that we got our strumming part down, you know, we got our one strike, our double skank, and a little bit of slide. Let's hear how it sounds while the rhythm is playing. Remember, I'm using my looper right here. This is not the original track. You know, I'm trying to stay away from YouTube and their copyright strikes. Okay, so here we go. Let's pretend as if we're on stage. One strike. Remember, as I squeeze and release. Let's add a little bit of double skank. See that? Let's mix it up. Alright, let's put a little bit of slide. And that works, right? It's not a question. So now that we got our double skank or one strike and our slides, you know, pat down, we got it mixed up and everything, let's add a little bit of coloring to the song. All right, now it's like this. You know what I mean? So again, all right, now that is right here, that's right there in your D. All right, so you want to just forget about these and just use these two string and you slide it. All right, for this one and the E minor, you just want to place that pinky finger on the first string 10th fret at times. You just want to, and you can slide into it. And those are the stuff you can add to reggae, but do not overdo it. So now that we have all that pat down, you know, let's hear how it sounds while the rhythm is playing. Again, I'm not using the original track, I'm using my looper here. I built this from scratch. All right, I'm making that clear. So let's hear how it sounds. So we're on the one strike. Let's add a little bit of double skank. Now we can add some slides, right? Mix it up. The stuck line normally accompanies the bass majority of the times. All right, it plays what the bass is playing. All right, sometimes in a higher register, sometimes where the bass is playing. All right, but sometimes it doubles up. okay? So you're basically playing bass on your guitar. You just want to flavor it up a little bit at times. Alright, so to get that, you want to use the palm to mute it. Some people call it palm muting. Alright, so once you do that, you want to feel the strings under your fingers and under here. So if it feels as if it's ringing out too much, you want to control it a little bit. Alright, so like I said, it follows the bass. So it's so you want to control it now. Then higher. So this is what I play. R. So you want to control that just enough so it sounds good and sweet. Okay? Now let's hear what the stock line sounds like while the rhythm is playing. I'm not going to play it in the lower register, I'm going to play it in the higher one because I want you guys to get an understanding of what's going on. I want it to be clear. Alright? So, here we go. Here we go. Double up. And that's a stock line. Congratulations! You've made it to the end of another tutorial, and I'm sure that you learned something today. I appreciate your time also. Now that is how you play Tuning by Mr. Gregory Isaacs on electric guitar with a little bit of flair, you know, a little bit of how to play reggae. Now as usual, let me know how you feel about this tutorial. Talk to me a little bit. Put it down there in the comment section, and also leave a request if you have one. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, you are violating. In Jamaican terms, you are the program. I'm almost at that 1,000 subscribers that I really need. So go on and subscribe to the channel. Remember my name, Zion from Zion Guitar. Blessed love. See you next time.